Hi, I'm Queen of Wrestling, and today I'm joined by Jake Atlas.
Yep. How's it going? How are you? I'm great. How are you?
I'm
a little sore and beat up. I don't know if you guys can see. It's ACH's birthday, but I'm the one who got the birthday chops, obviously. But other than that, I'm doing great.
You look pretty red.
Yeah, I'm a little red. Better than being blue.
True. So my first question is, how has your life changed after being on Undercover Boss?
Oh my gosh, my life has changed a lot, actually. I've built a good relationship with one of the most important figures in professional wrestling, and Stephanie McMahon, who is a huge influence and very much a huge supporter of my career. A lot of the things that will be coming up or have happened are thanks to her, and I'm excited. Like, that's just an opportunity that came out of nowhere and got me to that point. I got to do a Be a Star rally soon after that, and there are definitely more in the works. And it was something that I really enjoyed. It showed me that I want to be a part of something that isn't just pro wrestling. It's something that deals with global issues and deals with, society as a whole and what we go through, and puts forth in front of the mainstream audience. And I think that's awesome, because that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be a public figure, to be able to be a spokesperson for things like inclusion. And that can range from all things, from, it being the gay community or being the Latino community. Like, there's just so many, so it's changed very, very drastically, and I'm excited for the future, so.
As we're talking about that, there's not many openly gay wrestlers, right?
Right.
So do you think that's been a challenge for you at all?
You know what? Yes and no. I think the biggest challenge is just getting people to see me as still just a pro wrestler. I feel like I want my talent at least to speak for itself, and I want, everything that I do to be a reflection of Jake Atlas, the character, Jake Atlas, the wrestler, more than anything. It's just so, convenient that, I'm sorry, that was the wrong word, but it's just so special and so cool that the man behind him, Kenny, is gay and happens to be out and happens to be, pursuing his career and his dream of doing this, and is doing well. Like, that's my biggest, that I'm most proud of, is that I'm not just someone who said, yeah, I'm gay and I'm a wrestler, and is just doing it to do it. Like, I'm trying to be really good at this. I want to be good at this. I want to be remembered for my talent, and it's a bonus that I represent a community.
I think it's very important, personally, because there's not very many open people that kids can look up to, right?
100%.
So seeing you being your badass self and
Thank you.
kicking people's butt, and then being like, yeah, I'm gay, and being there for kids who might want to come out, it's very important that they have someone.
Oh, extremely important. I mean, just you think that sports and athleticism doesn't just run in the veins of people who are heterosexual. That these things are not, these qualities and these traits are not attached to people based on their sexual orientation or their sexual preference. These are just personalities that people have. So kids that are growing up, they want to relate to someone, because there's a kid in gymnastics right now that is like, I don't know if there's any openly gay gymnasts, or there's a boy doing soccer, and there's I don't know if there's openly gays. I don't know if I can make it. And that's what's important, and not just in pro wrestling and sports and in movies and everything, is inclusion. My message is always inclusion. We have to become the norm. We have to become normal. It's a long way there, but I hope to be a part of that change.
It's funny you're talking about how you wanted to be the best. Earlier this year, I made a post, and I was like, one that you have to look out for is Jake Atlas.
I did see that.
It's so funny how you've just blown up so much. I think it's really fun and interesting to watch I've watched your career kind of grow, with Rival Pro, when you went against Delilah and Eli.
And it was so long ago.
Yeah. And you were just like, screw you, Delilah, and then you got up in her face, and it was just so wild watching you outside being the sweetheart, and then in the ring being like, I'm gonna kick your head off.
Right. I guess that's the joy of pro wrestling. You get to be a character. You get to be someone that you're not usually, I'm not just gonna go up to someone in the street and be like, fuck you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But I'm not just gonna go up to someone in the street and just like berate them and be mean to them. Like, I'm not gonna that's not me. So it's good to step outside and be like a different person.
It's really nice, like getting to talk to you and getting to know like the real you.
Oh, thank you. I'm nothing special, but I'm very passionate about a lot of things. So I love to talk because I love when people listen.
I can tell, like when you were talking about how you want to make sure that it's not just inclusion and you want to like get the message out that you're there for people. It's really interesting because some people are like, yeah, I'm against this, but they're not very vocal about it. You're someone that I see is very vocal, not even with just like gay rights, all rights, with like everything. When you really believe in something, you show it, and it's very nice and different because you know some people hide behind their social media, or hide behind things. But if you don't like something, you'll post it. And it's nice seeing like someone real. You know?
No, 100%. I mean, that's what people need. There's too much, especially in the youth. There's too much going on where people hide their true selves to just attain something. Like there's so many public figures that don't send out the right message, and it's getting through these kids, and you can see it in the new generation. You can see that the youth is changing, that you know social media is so important, you know, and you know you have to be the person that's real and talking about these things. You have to be the person that says, hey, Instagram is the leading cause of depression and anxiety and mental health and all these little kids because they're constantly comparing themselves to other people they see in pictures and online. Like, this is so detrimental to their mental health. We're not using it correctly. And so what good does it do for me if I go around and just be this completely different person on social media and I'm damaging these kids' brains? Like, it's not okay, you know? And so I'm not gonna be fake, and I'm not gonna say something that I don't mean. Whatever is in my heart, whatever is in my mind, I'm very outspoken because I believe in change, and I believe that we all have. I mean, just think about it. We all have one freaking life. Like, we're all here just one time. So do something good with it, you know?
Speaking of mental health, I've seen you a few times post like, I'm taking a break because I need this for myself. And it's really nice to see when someone can just disconnect. And you're very open about it, but you're still there for people. Like, you're like, oh, I'm taking a break, but if you need me, I'm here for you. It's very nice seeing that someone, even through their own struggles, is willing to still help someone be there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you're there for them.
Yeah, 100. I mean, the biggest thing that's gonna help me is company. You know, that one of the biggest reasons why I suffer from mental health issues is loneliness, and that's just something I guess that's been a part of me lingering growing up and in my upbringing, and just something that I struggle with daily still as an adult. You know, and so you know I know I need breaks, and I know that I can't be around, you know, the expectations that people have of me on social media. I can't be posting every day. I can't be posting because it literally affects my health. And I just, when I get into situations, when I get into my low points, I know that there are people struggling with the same thing, and I don't want to be alone, just like they probably don't want to be alone. So I'm there because I want to be there, because I want you to be there for me, you know?
You've been there for me a couple of times. Like, you've seen me post something and you're like, Sam, what's wrong? Talk to me. And it's weird because, no offense.
It's not weird.
It's weird because you're like a wrestler, okay? So I'm always like, oh, you know how to be a persona, but then you know how to be like, I'm still humble. I'm not some big name.
Thank you.
Even if you were, you'd probably still be there for anybody who came to you.
I hope so. Yeah, I would never let. I mean, we're all people. Everyone's a person. We're all the same.
It's nice. So to make it a little bit more fun, what did you enjoy growing up?
Oh my God. Jumping off couches and doing backflips. And clearly you guys can tell because it's in my wrestling. No, I mean, I really loved wrestling as a kid. I was so passionate about gymnastics and cheerleading at a very young age. I think I saw Bring It On way too early. And I just always loved being active. I've always loved being in sports and moving and being physical. It's just always been a part of me, you know. I've always loved friendship, especially because it was always so hard for me to build relationships and have friendships. I definitely dealt with like a lot of backlash and bullying just from insecurity issues on myself, and I wasn't a nice person. But so every time I had made rapport with someone and I built a friendship, I made sure that I tended to it and I valued it. Such a kid, like such a little boy, like I understood how important that was. But I mean, I just loved being like, I was a little shy little boy. Like, I really was. Nothing like I am now. Nothing like what you see in the ring.
What was your favorite like show to watch?
Oh my God, I don't know if I have a favorite show, but I have a favorite channel. I loved Disney Channel when I was growing up. Like I loved Kim Possible and That's So Raven and all the good Disney shows. All the Disney shows that are on now are trash. Y'all don't know real Disney shows. The ones from back then were really good. I was just a huge Disney Channel boy. I loved like Nickelodeon too, like SpongeBob, and like I really liked like the sitcoms, like the little kids that was me, like in high school and middle school. Loved it.
I like the like old Disney Channel movies, like Xenon,
yes,
Halloween Town.
Yes. Oh my God, Halloween Town was the best, and like Twitches. Do you remember that one? That was like an older new one. But yeah, no, all the like the DComs they used to call them.
Yeah,
Disney
they
Channel
have like a
original
Disney Channel app, and like they have the older movies on it.
No, they
yes, they
don't.
had Halloween Town and Twitches on there.
No, I have to check them out.
So speaking of things that you enjoy, is there anything that you want to like promote to people?
Oh man, what don't I want to promote to people? Be kind to one another. Like that's the core to life. Like just be nice. Like there's no need to compare yourself, no matter what status or where you are or what you do. Like just be kind. Don't do things for attention, and don't, like good or bad, you know, don't do things to have someone say, oh, he's a nice person. Do it because you are a nice person. Do it because you feel it. It's within you. Just, if everyone was just kinder to everyone, this world would be so much like easier to live on. That's my main message, is just be nice to one another, please. If I can do it, everyone can do it.
And finally, do you have any word of advice for people who might want to come out but are scared?
Oh, timing. Like don't let anyone tell you, like it's your story. That is your story and it's special to you. Don't let anyone pressure you into telling that story. Whether you decide to ever tell it or whether you decide to never tell it, it's something that's special to you, and there's a reason why you're doing it. Don't be afraid if you are, and if you're not afraid, don't feel pressured. Like it's a part of life, and at the end of the day, that doesn't make you who you are. What makes you who you are is what you do and how you treat other people. So just live. You know, you have one life. It's what you make of it.